the implosion is real. And everyone's to blame. Everyone. I'll start with the biggest component, and that's Arne Slot. Arne Slot changed that system earlier on in the season. Arne Slot advocated and pushed for the introduction of new players to abandon what he inherited in terms of style of play, the tactics within the system and shape, and abandoned it. He came in, took over from Klopp, went into the FSG model, and I remember hearing him say this on TNT Sports last year. I haven't changed anything. It's just a new voice. He went maybe some slight little differences, but it's continue as you were. And I praised it, and it made me fearful. Liverpool, my biggest rival, my most fierce rival. And it's long since been my belief that clubs shouldn't build an image around a manager. They should have a plan that they bring a coach in to help bring to life. And that plan should continue, manager to manager. Managers should essentially be a white label solution, a plug and play solution. But of course, you want the best possible. And they did it last year with such quality Liverpool. And then they had the summer they did. And again, I don't know the ins and outs of what's going on at Liverpool, so I can't make the prediction. But I looked at it and went, well, they're going to continue to play the way they were. They've just added more quality, more firepower, a stronger bench. Damn. For anyone to stop them, it's going to have to be a world-class managerial and team performance. But now what transpires, as we all now know, we all learn things after the fact when you're football fans. Systems changed. Players are not buying into it. Some of the new signings haven't been good enough. A couple of, again, I don't actually hold Slot accountable for this. The Mo Salahs of this world have just fallen off the edge of a cliff. Almost like Murphy's Law. What could go wrong has gone wrong. But I think changing how they played football has been the catalyst to this. And Arne Slot must receive a huge chunk of the criticism because it's been farcical what he has decided to do. Before I go to the players, I then look at the board. Because Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards are renowned for being the best in the business. The fact that whether they've pushed for this or Slot did is irrelevant to me. The fact they've let this happen is malpractice of the highest level. It's malpractice. If they were a doctor, they'd be going to prison. If they were a restaurant, the health inspector would shut them down. This is the equivalent of pubic hair in your soup. This is the equivalent of a Harold Shipman job. It's almost, again, I don't really believe in conspiracy theories. They went back against what was working. Or they went against what was working. You shave with the grain, not against it. What did your fathers teach you? And then you've got the players. And when I'm talking about the players, let me focus on today to bring to life what I mean. Irrespective of the mistakes Slot has made, as I mentioned, biggest culprit, I believe he should be for the high jump. I understand why Liverpool fans want him gone. Horrendous job he has done. Konate giving that penalty away, I will not hold a manager accountable for that. That is what me and my brothers would call a brain moment. Brain. No need to go down like that. Why were his hands on his chest? Like he was, you know, he goes to the water parks on holiday. They go, right, hold your hands in, go down the slide. What's he doing? Gives away a penalty when Leeds were doing nothing. Liverpool were comfortable. Liverpool were cruising. Ridiculous. The second goal. Szoboszlai to begin with. Horrendous pass into the middle. Doesn't need to happen. The manager has gone and brought, and I'll get onto this decision from them. I'm going to end on the manager, so don't lose your temper. You've got 5 now in the middle. You pack the middle out by bringing McAllister on. Szoboszlai got enough time, passes such a weak ball, gives it back away to Leeds. Leeds attack through Aronson. Aronson and Nonto do a 1-2 around Szoboszlai. Zero energy and effort for him to try and win the ball. He gave up. He gave up. And he was their best player on the night. But in this moment, he gave up. Ball gets worked into the box. Curtis Jones, weak. Weren't throwing his body on the line. Wasn't concentrating. And then Alisson, look, I think Alisson's been one of the best goalkeepers in the world of the last decade. Maybe the best. I think he's fantastic. But he guesses, goes the wrong way and gets sent. And it's 2-2. And you think, wow, they've collapsed again. But then they come alive. So the same team that... listen, I would look at it and keep the same energy. I think they went too defensive too early. The same energy I did for Amorim the other night. I don't think they needed to... I know it was 2-0, not 1-0. And you're away from home. But I felt, make the changes you did, but also bring on an attacker. Keep that threat. Let Leeds know we're still here. Can lay a punch. They didn't do it. But then they conceded, come alive again, showed some intensity, committed to the tackle, turned the ball over, getting behind Leeds, 2 or 3 passes they're in, Soberslide, bottom corner, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, they win the game, a little scare, but job done. You can review that little mini collapse, but you won the match. That reminded me again of the Liverpool of the last 8-9 years, never beaten. Liverpool score, and then the same thing happens again. They actually bring the attackers on this time, which is why I can't completely go in on slot, and they go within themselves. In that moment, those players, Van Dijk, didn't galvanise them, didn't help lead them. They've got a lot of experience on that pitch. They just got lost again. Now, look, I don't think what happens in the game is just ever in isolation. Coaching does become... It's why I consistently criticise Ruben Amorim for, what are we doing in training? How is he motivating the players? Not bringing on Mainu, I think, plays a big part. I think it's in a lot of players' heads. It's like, God, why isn't he playing in? This is crazy. Why is he bringing him on? It's there. Equally, what's happened in previous games, you can't get rid of the anxiety. And you guys have got it. If you've never had like an anxiety attack in your life... Whenever you hear about them, you think it's nonsense until you had one. And then it's hard to not keep having them because it's there. It's like something's broken. It's hard to fix. And this team has anxiety attacks on the pitch. They were 3-2 up, and you could see it coming. I don't know about you. I could see it coming. I knew they were going to concede. Absolutely knew it on every single level. Ball goes to the back post. I know Van Dijk was whinging and crying. I hope Van Dijk, by the way, gets the same treatment Bruno Fernandes gets for moaning. It frustrated me. It really did. Maybe I'm being biased there. I am being biased there, not maybe. Tanaka at the back post. Bang. 3-3. The only thing Leeds United really disappointed me with is they didn't try and win the game after that because I think Liverpool were done. I think they were spent. They actually had a throw-in with a few minutes left to go. And they just try keeping it in a corner. I said, what are you doing? You put that ball early into the box. They are all over the place. Their heads weren't right. You could have done anything to those Liverpool defenders after that third goal went in. You could have got a fourth goal. You could have stolen their car. You could have taken their wife and kids. They wouldn't have noticed. They were so discombobulated. How'd you fix it? Well, look, Slot has got to go. He has got to go. I think that's how you give... I think this Liverpool team... The difference between this Liverpool team and Man United is I don't think just sacking the manager is going to get us to where we want to be anytime soon. Squad is still average to good. It's years of anxiety issues, cultural issues and problems to fix. And I think you can bring us a new coach in. You can get us the best coach in the world. We'll improve to a point, but we'll then stutter, have dips. I think we'll do this. We'll go up with the right coach, and then it would be an up and down process as we grow and get better if everything goes well. Liverpool is different. I think a new coach, a new coaching team can give you that new manager bounce. And I think in that new manager bounce, you'll be okay. Liverpool don't need, in my opinion, open heart surgery, a new hip, a tumour here. You guys need new teeth in Turkey. You need a bit of a suntan and a bit of a relaxation. And as they say, a change is as good as a rest. You're not in our position. Our situations are chalk and cheese. We really are. One's a bit of moon dust and the other is a hamster. They're nothing to do with each other at all. But I do think you've got to move him on. I think it's going to keep getting worse. I don't think it's going to change. Just my gut feeling. Now, I've been wrong before. I thought you were going to win the league. But equally, if you'd have told me you're going to change everything, I'd have said, no, you'd have seen me go the other way. But we can only speak as we find things in that moment. I know you will understand that. But listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Don't let your players completely off the hook. I know people don't want to go in on their players. And I know the reason. I've been in this game too long. Or if I have a go at the players and then we change managers and they start being good again, then the viewers will be like, oh, I remember you having a go at the players. So fucking what? I'm not saying these Liverpool players are crap, by the way. They're not. I think loads of them are really good. But they've got to be held accountable too. They've got to know when the going gets tough, they don't just get a free pass to do what Szoboszlai did and not close people down, to fall asleep at set pieces. They've got to realise too that you can't perform like that at Liverpool Football Club. Too big, too historic, too high expectation. I want your thoughts, I want your opinions below, but my God, what a game that was.